What's up, everybody? Todd here with Citizen Defense. Welcome back to the channel. So I wanted to start off by apologizing that I didn't get a video out last week. We had some family emergency stuff going on, so my content creation, what I had planned for last week, got put onto the back burner. So with that, I'm looking to double up this week to kind of catch back up with that. So if any of y'all were out looking for something for that I was going to release a video, I'm sorry that you didn't get anything. And so we're trying to move forward from here. What I had planned for last week that we're going to roll into this week is becoming more efficient with your reloads. Now, I'll be the first one to tell you, I am not the blazing fast, blazing smooth reloader, right? There are guys out there that can just run them fast and hit it every single time. I am still working on that in my skill development. I don't work reloads near enough as I should for USPSA, and that's something that I'm working on changing with other things as well in my training. But I'm going to focus on what it is that I focus on or pay attention to that has helped me in my progression in consistency outside of hand speed, right? So when it comes to reloads, I think it's the same thing when it comes to shooting. It's about index points and visual cues, okay? So this right here is unloaded. This is my PDP, and this is a mag with dummy rounds in it, okay? So when I'm talking about indexing points, right, that's going to refer to at what point where I'm at with the gun in the magazine that I'm planning for both of these things to come together. Am I all too far to the side? Am I 45? Making sure that those index points are consistent so that I'm getting that same point every single time. Now, the next one I'm going to talk about is vision, right? What do I need to be looking at when I'm doing my reloads? And you always hear it in tactical self-defense gun space stuff. It's like I need to be looking straight ahead and be able to reload my gun without looking. And in my experience of doing that and what I've seen from other people, they end up missing the reload and end up having to look anyways to get it in and get it up and running instead of just looking in the first place. So what is it that I'm looking at? Okay. What I am looking at is I do the same thing. Like say I have, if I'm trying to target focus, I'm picking a small spot on the target for my sights to land on. I'm essentially doing the same thing with my mag well. I'm trying to focus my vision on this spot of the magazine well so that when I'm coming in, I'm not wasting a whole lot of time. Now, what slows me down is my consistent index, right? And I tend to be a little off this way or a little off with this hand, and building that consistency is what I've determined to be key. But what helps with that is the visual confirmation that I'm looking at the mag well, I'm looking where I want this thing to go. And when I do that, I can feed it in a lot smoother and more efficiently. So I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of dry runs here, some dry fire reloads from the first person perspective, and kind of give you an idea of what that looks like with the understanding that these are my visual cues. This is what I'm looking at and what I'm doing. Okay, so let's get over to that.
All right, so this is what I'm talking about here. I have my dry fire targets here, magazine with dummy rounds, and my PDP that is empty and clear. Okay, I'll be using the dummy rounds for this. I put dummy rounds in mine because that reduces the hang up, and ultimately I'm going to have a round in it when I'm reloading. Okay, so this is what I choose to do when I'm working my reloads. I'm starting from here. I'm not coming from the draw because I'm not ready to layer that on yet. I want to focus on my index points and my vision to my mag well. All right, so let's see what we can pull out here. So that was okay. Had a little bit of a hang up. That was a lot better. Now, if you're wondering why I don't have a magazine in here, it's because I tend to dry fire in my garage barefoot, and I don't want to be dropping magazines down on the concrete. I've dropped them on top of my feet barefoot, and it's not fun. So all I do is just work the magazine release as if a magazine was in there, and then reload the other one. Saves me time from bending over, constantly picking up magazines. So that there was a problem. My vision wasn't exactly where it needed to be, and my index wasn't correct. Let's try one more. So yeah, that's ultimately all we are working on.
All right, so you can see there, I did some reloads, nothing crazy, right? This is stuff that I'm still working on, but these are the concepts, the things that I believe have helped me in my progression of reloads. Is paying attention, looking at the mag well, making sure you have the magazine indexed correctly, and once you're coming out, have the gun and the magazine indexed to the same spot. You know where that point's going to be, whether you're reloading out here or you're reloading closer in. Just stay consistent in those points, those index points, and have your visual cues. Look right at the magazine, and you'll start building more efficiency with that way. Once you start getting very, very efficient doing that, then you can start pushing more hand speed. So I hope this helped everybody out. I hope you have a great week. If you haven't yet, subscribe to this channel, like this video. If you like what I'm doing, sharing it with your friends. Get down in the comments and let me know what you think about reloads. How do you approach reloads and building consistency and efficiency when it comes to your reloads? All right. Hope everybody has a great week. Stay safe.